Yo, what's going on, my fellow Assassin's Creed fans? Welcome to another video. Welcome to my channel. Hope you all are having a good morning. Hope you all are having a good afternoon, good evening. I just woke up, got out of bed, got my coffee right here. But we got some gaming news for you guys today in Assassin's Creed. There's been some leaks in the last few weeks on Assassin's Creed, but yesterday's leaks were, the best. It's the best little news we've gotten if you're interested in certain characters from the previous Assassin's Creed games. So before I get started, do all things algorithm likes, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitch. You stream Monday through Thursday, Eastern, Sunday Eastern. Links to that in the description box below. I'm Noobs the Gamer Archer. You can call me a Noobs or the Archangel. Choice is yours, but I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I've played every Assassin's Creed game that's been on consoles to date. And I've done some hot button topics when it comes to Assassin's Creed, including saying that Valhalla is the worst Assassin's Creed game. But Valhalla is a very, very key game for today's video because the character who's been leaked as the main protagonist of the next Assassin's Creed game, which has been called Assassin's Creed Mirage, is Basim Ibn Ishaq. So if you ever played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you know who Basim is. He's one of the assassins who you meet in the game. I think you can actually romance him if you're playing as a female Eivor. Maybe as well Eivor as well. So if you play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you know who Basim is. And what we have heard from the leaks involving the next Assassin's Creed game being, called by leakers Assassin's Creed Mirage, is that the game's supposed to be based in Baghdad. It's supposed to go back to the roots of Assassin's Creed, where you had more stealth gameplay and the way Assassin's Creed 1 through 4, or I guess you could say 1 through 3 was played. We won't really know officially what the next Assassin's Creed game is going to be called, or who the main characters are going to be and things like that, until Ubisoft does the reveal, which I believe is September 3rd. I think I'll have to look it up. It's in September, I know that for a fact. But there's going to be an Assassin's Creed game reveal. It's going to show off things like that involves in the game, show the game's title, the main character. But a lot of the leaks are saying that it's going to be called Assassin's Creed Mirage, and that Basim is going to be the main character, and it's going to be set in Baghdad. Now, the key, other than Basim being the main character, which I'll give my opinion on, is that a good thing or bad thing in a bit. But other than Basim being the main character, the thing to me that stands out that would be a great return of form for Assassin's Creed is going back to a more traditional Assassin's Creed style. Now, I know that's kind of controversial, because I've seen people in the community of Assassin's Creed say they don't want to get rid of the RPG style that Assassin's Creed has grown with the last 3 titles. And I think you can find a sweet spot where you have that traditional Assassin's Creed, where you're doing assassination contracts, you're doing tail missions, you're doing things that make you feel like an actual assassin that you were doing Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, and Assassin's Creed 3. You can do all those things and still maintain some form of the RPG open world style that Origins introduced into the franchise. But I do think that right now Assassin's Creed does need a change of pace, because Valhalla was not it. Valhalla, to me, for those again who see my video about Valhalla, I have it attached at the end of this video. It just wasn't a good game. It was bloated. There was no substance to it, no depth. It was just an open world game about Norse mythology, and that was basically it. And just in general, the last 2 Assassin's Creed games, you really haven't been an assassin. Eivor wasn't an assassin. Cassandra and Lexios aren't assassins. So we kind of need to go back to the game Assassin's Creed. That's what in the game title, being about assassins, and you being an assassin, and the person who's in the ammunition being also a member of the Assassin Order. You kind of need to be brought back to earth, because the last 2 games he's basically been a demigod. When it comes to Valhalla, it's mostly been about Eivor being being Odin, essentially, because literally you can take some kind of hallucinogen, and you're in freaking Asgard, and everyone's calling you Odin or Javi, and even the DLCs that you're playing as your Eivor, but you're Odin. So it's you're really just playing as this extremely overpowered character who's basically godlike, and Cassandra and Lexios are both demigods as well. So it's if you the power trip of Assassin's Creed has kind of gone overboard, and I really do hope that with Mirage, if it's even called that, goes back to being, a more grounded Assassin's Creed game in that sense of, you're not a demigod, you're just, a man or just a woman, and you're an assassin. You're doing things for the brotherhood, not for, anything else up than that. You're doing things for the better of humanity. And I think when it comes to Basim was a cool character. Like, even though I thoroughly do not like Valhalla, I do think Basim is a good character, and was probably the most interesting person in the game when it came to my playthrough of Valhalla. So it does intrigue me. It excites me. I was already excited because of the rumors going to Baghdad. I think the Middle East is basically ground zero for the Assassin's Creed franchise. You had Altair, the first game, him being Arabic, and a lot of the settings being Arabic. When it comes to even came to Desmond, originally he looked as a someone who had Arabic descent, which obviously he did because you follow his genetic background when it comes to playing as Altair. So when it comes to Basim, and even Layla, the current person who you play as when it comes to the out of animus situations, just is also Arabic. So it does line up when it comes to that animus trait of the person who's in an animus and their ancestor also being of the exact same ethnicity and descendancy as each other. So Basim Ibn Shak, it's intriguing. I'm intrigued by the idea of it. I'm intrigued by going to ancient Baghdad. The Middle East has always had very beautiful ancient architecture and land. And when it comes to like seeing like a lot of if you just look at the history of the Middle East when it comes to their architecture and how things were in the ancient times, it definitely there's beautiful art there. So it's always been intriguing to see those kind of places, and it'd be nice to just experience and see how Ubisoft and the developers there create this world. And obviously we're probably going to be going to more than just Baghdad's probably going to be the main setting, but more than likely we'll be able to go to like other places that surround the area of Baghdad. Some more information about the game, just to change forces. It's supposed to be set during the years 860 and 870, so just a 10-year period during the anarchy at Samara. Hopefully I don't pronounce that wrong. If I did, apologies. The game will like I said before, will have like the traditional Assassin's Creed elements, and I've also heard that they will be having Eagle Vision again. Eagle Vision has kind of like gone away from Assassin's Creed games. Like Eivor has some kind of like Odin sight, but it was kind of shit. So we're supposed to go to get Eagle Vision again. Supposedly the game comes out next spring. Supposedly it will have some RPG elements. So I'm guessing, like I said, it will be intelligent to combine what Assassin's Creed has been the last 3 games with what Assassin's Creed was with the first four games. So it will just make sense. A great developer will combine, the best aspects of every game, not, just one or two. It's more of the story stuff that I've been able to like uncover or find around by doing research for this news video. So when it comes to playing with Basim, you're going to be playing as him in his youth. And apparently at the beginning of the game, he's just a thief who ends up becoming a member of the Hidden Ones. And for those who play Assassin's Creed Origins, the Hidden Ones are the precursor to the actual Assassin's Creed Order. So eventually they become the Assassins, but the original name is called the Hidden Ones. There's a DLC for Origins called Hidden Ones, where Bayek and Aya, basically create the Order itself. Some of the things that's being speculated as being removed from the game. Supposedly there'll be no more dialogue choices, no more choosing what the main character says. So again, going back to traditional Assassin's Creed when it came to playing as Ezio and Altair and doing Gate Dawn and Edward, basically again the original games, other than the last couple. There won't be any gender choices, so for everyone out there who enjoy being able to pick a male assassin, a female assassin, again, if the main character is Basim only has one gender, so the game's going back to just having that. And I think for story purposes it makes sense. Honestly, I said before, I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey was meant to be played as Cassandra, because it's just the way the story played just seems like it was more fit that Cassandra was the main character and Alexios was the villain. So they didn't really need to have it for that game. When it comes to Eivor, Since you're basically playing as Odin, essentially, it would make more sense if Eivor was a male. But giving people the option isn't a bad thing. But for this, it makes sense if you're going to have a main character who's already an established character in the game. It makes sense that that scene will only be, you know, male. And supposedly there'll be no more level system. So if you enjoy leveling up in Assassin's Creed, you know, Odyssey and Origins and Valhalla, that won't be a thing again. Again, it seems like from what I'm reading, it's going to be a more return of form traditional Assassin's Creed game. You know, supposedly going to have to just use some new animations, and they're going to bring back having a bird. So like I said before, they brought back, they remake Eagle Vision, and they're going to bring back like having the idea of, I'm guessing, I'm thinking more of Sinu from Assassin's Creed Origins than just say what we had in Odyssey and in Valhalla, which I enjoyed the way Sinu worked better. Apparently, Basim will have an ability called a string dagger, or something that's similar to what a string dagger is. And so I'm thinking like just by the idea of a string dagger will be like something like Scorpion. You know how the Scorpion does this little get over here. He throws this little chain that has a dagger at the end of it. I think, but from what what's being described as his ability, string dagger, I'm guessing it's something like that, where he has a rope attached to a dagger, and he uses that to perform assassination instead of a hidden blade, and at least until he become an actual. Because again, from the way things sound, it doesn't sound like he's going to be a hidden one out the gate. So he'll probably have his own tools that he used before he even gets a hidden blade. Some more information that I was able to find. Apparently, it's not being, you know, too far away from Valhalla, as it's being, one of the leaks came out that said there will be visions of Loki. That's in quotes, for how Loki manifested Basim's body and consumed him. So, you know, if you play Valhalla, there's a little bit of spoiler stuff there. So expect some kind of visions of Loki, is what one of the leaks was saying. We won't really know officially what's all going to be here until Ubisoft has this game reveal, which again is supposed to happen in September. This video is being recorded on the 31st of August, so we could be days away from getting the reveal for, again, was being allegedly called Assassin's Creed Mirage. There were some rumors going around beforehand that the next game is going to be based in South America, mostly like the Aztec areas of South America. But that's been like debunked, and again, right now everyone's kind of believing I don't want to say fact, but believing that Basim and Baghdad and Mirage are, you know, the true leaks when it comes to what's next with Assassin's Creed. You know, even before we're at the video, because we are towards the end of today's news video, but there's also another Assassin's Creed kind of game in the works called Assassin's Creed Infinity. It's kind of like what it's being called, but it's like a live service Assassin's Creed game that's supposed to give you like a range of different experiences, and it'll be like a platform itself with new time periods and stories being added over time. The rumored name for it is Project Red, and will bring players to Asia for historical romp. So think like, I don't want to say like the Avengers game, but after Mirage posting Assassin's Creed game, where instead of just having new game after new game, it would just be one Assassin's Creed game that they just add stuff to over time. And we could do a whole new video about that. We're talking about live service games and, you know, why it's a bad idea, or what could be good about that idea. This is mostly about Mirage. So Mirage, if it's going to be a thing, if that's going to be the name, cool. If Basim is going to be the main character, cool. It'd be interesting and fun to figure out how that all goes. But with all that said, guys, that's it from your boy. I mean, Newest the Gamer Archer. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a good rest of your day or your night, your afternoon, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitch. Link type is below. Right now it's 8:30, so we're not live yet. But if you watch the video, you know, whenever this video uploads, hopefully before stream starts, 8 p.m. Eastern time to 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're live streaming. Today we're live streaming some Battlefield 2042 and probably some Destiny as well. We have been replaying through Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection, so come by if you want Assassin's Creed gameplay. We'll probably end up playing through 4 again, as well as Syndicate again. Maybe Unity. Haven't decided on Unity yet. We've already replayed through Assassin's Creed 3. So we've been replaying through Assassin's Creed games on my stream. So come by stream, come hang out, come chit chat. We're more of a chatty stream that's mostly about the conversation than it is about the video games themselves. So I'll catch you guys on my live stream. Y'all stay safe. Y'all be constant with another. I be your boy Anubis. I want to go, you know, finish my coffee and, you know, get my morning started and deal with my bad hair. Y'all stay safe. I'm out of here. Deuces.